I'm Nate Blackburn. I'm with Motion Longboard Shops, and today we're going to give you a little tutorial on a wheel selection that you might be doing later on, or you might be doing sooner. The first thing that we're going to talk about is we're going to identify the wheel that you're going to want for yourself, and we're going to start by identifying the type of riding you want to be doing. If you want to be riding on a top mount board, you're going to have a little bit less clearance, and a top mount board would be a board like this, where you're going to be mounting your truck below it. You're going to have a little bit less wheel clearance, so we recommend that you go with a little bit smaller wheel as well. Right here we have a set of small wheels. These are all under 70 millimeters. The first one that we have here is a 70 millimeter flashback from ABEC 11. It's a side set wheel, which is really important. It's going to wear a little bit more on the outside, but it's also going to give you a lot of grip. And this is a really good wheel. A lot of people like it for stand-up slides and just for general all-around riding. This is the ABEC 11 Grippin right here. When you look at these two wheels, this one in front is the Grippin, this one behind is the flashback. You're going to notice that the Grippin is a little bit wider with its contact patch, and the contact patch is the distance from here all the way to here. It's going to be a little bit wider, therefore giving you a little bit more grip. What a good feature about this wheel is, the second main point, is that this is a center set wheel. If you look at this wheel from dead center, what you're going to see is that where you put the bushings, or where you put the bearings, are going to be even from the left side of the wheel to the right side of the wheel. What's nice about this is if this wheel ever gets worn down too much, because it's mounted in the center, you can spin the wheel around and still use it and wear it on the other side, so that this wheel will last incredibly long for you. Now we're going to move on to two other wheels. This is from Retro. These are two very similar wheels. The only difference between them is going to be your durometer. This wheel right here is going to be your Retro Zigzag. This is a side set wheel, which means it's not going to be like this one where it's mounted, where the bearings are going to go on the full left side of your wheel, but they're going to be somewhat in the center, but not directly in the center, thus the offset wheel. What's nice about this is that if you can see here, there's a small lip on the side of the wheel, which gives you a little bit more pressure when turning. And the other big feature that a lot of people like about these is that they have an incredibly large contact path for how tall this wheel is. This is a 70 millimeter wheel as well. This is the Retro Zigzag as well. This is just a different Duro. Duro is going to be important when determining how often you want to be sliding. This wheel right here is an 83, whereas this one right here is a 78. What the difference between the numbers is the lower the number, the more grippy the wheel is going to be. The softer, essentially, it'll be. When you're dealing with an 83, it's going to be a lot harder. So this wheel is going to grip a lot less, and this wheel is going to grip a lot more. Okay. This wheel that we're going to be talking about for your top mounts is going to be the Earthwing right here. What's nice about this wheel is, once again, we're dealing with a side set wheel, and that seems to be pretty common these days with a lot of top mounts, because it's the best of both worlds. It gives you a little bit of center performance, and it also gives you some side set, so you get you get a happy medium between your wheels. This wheel right here has a beveled edge. You can see it if you look in. You're going to see that the inside lip of this edge isn't actually the edge of the wheel itself. And what's important about this is it's going to give you a little bit softer slide, because it's not making a full 90-degree angle to the vertical part of your wheel. It's actually making a little bit softer angle, which allows you to kind of break the wheels free a little bit easier. This is the Retro Big Zig. It is a really common wheel that you're going to see from a lot of people. The reason being is it's because it's got a very, very large contact path, so it provides a lot of grip, but it's also got an offset design to it, which is important because it'll allow the wheel to slide a little bit easier than, say, a side set wheel would. The other reason that these wheels are very popular is because it comes in a very, generic size. It comes in 75 millimeters, and it comes in multiple durometers. That's important because, one wheel isn't right for everyone. This is the pink version of the Big Zig. What's different from this wheel to these wheels is that this one has a 78A durometer. This is a very grippy wheel and is generally used on rougher terrain because it gives you a little bit more cushion because of its softer durometer, and it also gives you a little bit more grip as well. This is the Lime Big Zig. This is an 81A durometer. It's going to be a little bit more drifty than this, but it's not going to be as drifty as, say, a harder wheel such as the Lemon. This is one of the most common wheels seen because it gives you sort of the all-around best performance. It'll drift incredibly well, and it'll also hold its line when you're going through technical corners. The last wheel is the Lemon. The lemon is popular among people who like a little bit more slidey setup or ride a little bit more, turny courses. The reason that this wheel is used is because it's a little bit faster because of its harder durometer. It's not as squishy, so it allows it to travel, hold its speed a little bit better through the straights. What some riders will do is they'll set their lemon up on the front of their board and they'll set their lime up in the back of their board, which will give them, a little bit more speed up front and a little bit more grip in the back. You'll see it a lot more with people who are racing. We're going to transition now to the Orangutan Company, which we talked about earlier. This is their larger wheel called the Orangutan in Heat. What this wheel is known for is it's seen on a lot of videos, and it also has a very unique sort of inner shape to it. If you look, you can see a wave shape going through the inside. What this does is sort of allow the wheel to have a little bit more rebound. You see that when the wheel squishes, it kind of comes right back naturally. What's nice about that is it's going to give you more pop out of your turn, which helps stand you back up straight on the board. The other thing that's really nice is we're dealing once again with an offset formula, and we're dealing with a really square edge. This edge will grip really well, but because of this formula and because of this shape, it allows the wheel to squish a little bit and get a nice slide going, but it still allows you to maintain your grip when you need it. On top of that, they give you two different durometers to work with. This is the orange, this is the purple. The durometer for this is going to be 80. The durometer for this is going to be 83. This wheel is definitely grippy, and after a while it breaks down. A lot of riders tell us that they really like how it slides because it feels really consistent and buttery smooth. This is the purple now rolling into frame. What's nice about this one is it's a little bit harder. It has all the same features of the orange, but it gives you a little bit more sort of ability to slide and drift on corners. A lot of people really enjoy that because, it's fun to slide.